I'm Lisa, and this is our head guide, Bill, and we're talking about pond fishing in Pittsburgh and the surrounding area.
Oh, yeah.
So pond fishing gets started as soon as ice goes out, which is early May.
Early May? Yep. Yeah. Yeah. It can be really, really good that time of the year, you know, because obviously the fish haven't seen any pressure yet.
Not yet.
And they're ready to go. I mean, they're hungry. They want to eat. And, you know, we can get some really nice weather, which is kind of nice, because you get those warmer days. You don't necessarily have to be out there at the butt crack of dawn, and you don't have to stay out there till really late at night, but it can be... There's a lot of good areas. You know, you can take some float tubes and you can hike into the back country, or you can drop a canoe into one of our many ponds that we have, like, literally roadside accessible.
Yeah. Well, the first two ponds that are accessible are Moose and Middle, because they don't have a gate on them.
Oh, right.
A lot of the other ones are gated, but the gates open the Wednesday before Memorial Day.
That's
and
true.
then when the gates open, we've got Boundary, we've got Coombrook, Terrell Pond.
Yeah.
All good, and the fish in those are
Brookies.
little brookies.
Yeah, yeah, it's a decent sized one, because they do occasionally stock some of those ponds too. Terrell Pond, they'll throw in some of those bigger brookies and stuff like that. And years past, you know, we've been fishing Fish Pond and Clarksville Pond.
Right.
And you know, those are a little bit further away. They're not readily accessible, but when you're talking about further away, Boundary Pond isn't exactly right next door. So.
Well, that's 15 miles down a dirt road.
Right. Right, but that's a great place, especially coming out of there at night. You're almost assured to see some moose and stuff like that, so that's nice.
Yeah, it's a real pretty ride.
Yeah.
So what kind of flies are you using on ponds?
If you're just going off kind of exploratory, you really can't go wrong with your little black woolly buggers or the olive woolly buggers, the smaller ones with the black tails. They're just good flies. But also your Mickey fins are really nice, and even sometimes just fishing very, very slowly with a Prince nymph.
Yes,
yeah,
I've done that with beadhead nymphs.
Exactly.
The pheasant tails.
Yep. Yeah, pheasant tails. You know how I feel about pheasant tails.
You
can't go wrong with pheasant tails. They work. I'm sorry. I like to try something different, but they always work.
So we've got 7 fly fishing only ponds right here in Pittsburgh. Plus there are other ponds with open regulation, like Round Pond and Back Lake and Middle Pond. So there's lots of ponds. And the best time to fish ponds would be?
Best time throughout the course of the year?
Throughout the course of the year. They do warm up.
They do warm
July
up.
And August.
Yeah, there's a latter part of July and August. But there's also, I mean, if you get up to Boundary Pond, that's always stays really cold too. And there are some other small, like the little beaver bugs. They'll warm up a little bit, but you can almost always go out there and catch at least the small little brookies.
Right.
You know, bouncing around a caddis. Probably my favorite time is probably going to be actually in September, when things starts cooling down a little bit, and the fish will start getting, especially the brookies, they get so colorful that time of the year. And they'll get a little bit more anxious, a little bit more readily to feed at that time of the year. They're starting to fatten up. But you really can't go wrong, like, June.
Yeah,
you know,
June's
early
great
part of June, when you start getting your caddis hatches, they're a lot more prevalent. The fish, you know, the water temperatures have warmed up just a little bit, but they're not too hot yet. And it's a good time to be out there. It's a really good time. Not generally a lot of people. And there's still a lot of those ponds around that people won't even hike into.
Right.
So, I mean, you know, Boundary Pond is a 5-minute walk down in, and it's an easy walk, but still you don't get a lot of pressure up there. And then there's other ponds that are 2 or 3 miles back in the woods that, you know, you very rarely see people at. So.
Yeah, and it's so pretty. And the ponds are always a great option if the river is up for whatever reason, if we've had a rain event or the power company is flowing more water. So we've always got the ponds.
Yep.
And May and June, it's good to fish all through the day, but when we get to July and August, it's better mornings.
You're usually better off going in the morning or in the evening too. Yeah, once the light gets off the water a little bit and it starts to cool down just a touch more. But then it's also, I mean, it's definitely more conducive to the hatches, especially come the evening time, that time of the year. So it's you know, and that's kind of, if you're going out in the morning, you really kind of would love to be out there just before sunrise, because other than being aesthetically beautiful, it's gorgeous that time of the day. It can fish really, really well. So.
Well, we've got lots of information on the ponds on our website. Every one of them, we've got a page and pictures and depth charts and hatch suggestions.
It's
so
pretty good, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you.
So we'll see you on a pond.
Look forward to it.